Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to the live stream. I really appreciate it. I know I missed Sunday. I was absent. I hope y'all forgive me. Shout out to the NTZ crew. I see Jacob Tanje. You're on here already. He says, good morning and good evening, Brother Cal and the Sunshine Shoulders crew. I'm pretty sure Michael Beecher Life will be on here. I believe he's in Manila, if I'm not mistaken. There's Elliot Mikado. Says, good evening here in Houston, Texas. What's up? Oh, there's the beach of life. Manila. That's what I got the message, Michael. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, he's making up for lost time. I know last time you were in the Philippines, you didn't leave Cebu, but this time, man, you're like a Filipino explorer, man. I hear you, man, because that's what it's all about, guys. I want to give a shout out to any new viewers and subscribers watching for the first time today. Welcome to the live stream. Anybody that's going to be catching this on replay. And of course, my old heads, I see a bunch of them on here already. Bill Stevens, Mystic Jam. Now, Roland Mueller, this is a new one. He says, when I was in the Philippines, I spent a lot less time on the internet. Yeah, that's usually what happens. And, of course, I always pick a topic. Today was supposed to have been my panel, but I couldn't get anybody to join me on here. So I came up with a topic: warning, watching too many YouTube videos about the Philippines can ruin your trip. The key word here is too many. But let me tell you what the peso is. It's 54.31 pesos to the dollar, which is still excellent. And I want to welcome Corey. He's from Denver, Colorado, to the Sunshine Shoulders community. He's staying in the guest house. He arrived yesterday. King Air Arthur says 5 more working days and I'm off the hamster wheel. Man, we ought to get you a cake and celebrate that, man, for real. But yeah, now here's what I want to tell you guys. He just said it really. He said, once he's in the Philippines, he doesn't watch internet. And I don't blame you. That's what happens to a lot of us. What's his name? Ronald? Yeah, Roland. We don't watch it. My biggest supporter lives here in St. Carlos City right now. He probably hasn't watched one of my videos since he got here. But the point of this video is the lockdowns are over, guys. I know during the lockdown, you ain't have no choice but to watch YouTube videos all the time on your favorite subjects, one of them being the Philippines. But now that the lockdowns are over, Philippines is wide open, it's time to get over here now. That's basically what this video, what this live stream is talking about. Because on average, we spend about 30 minutes a day on YouTube, about 15 hours per month. That's a lot of time, man. That's more time than you watch your evening news. That's a lot of time. That's a lot of information. And I'm from the school of this. If I know I'm coming for sure, there's no ifs, ands, and buts about it, I'm going to look at the videos that I need to look at, get the information, and then I'm going to strike while the iron's hot. There's no sense in me watching that stuff over and over and over. Now, I'm not going to stop making videos. My videos really are for the new man and woman who's never been here, who has an interest in coming. Overwhelming majority of people who watch me will never step foot in the Philippines. But the guys who are over here now, like John Gomez, I'll be seeing him in the morning on Wednesday. See, these are the guys I'm talking about. He's really over here now. He watched me all through the pandemic. You know, what do they say? Shit, I get off the pot, guys. That's what I'm talking about. Because we were talking about this last night at dinner, me and Corey. You may watch the wrong video. See, some of these videos, man, they're trying to scare you from coming over here. And you don't want to see the wrong video because that's what happened. I love LaChan says they won't ruin my trip if I don't watch them. Yeah, anyway, good evening, good morning, everyone from the hamster wheel, double shift. Wow. What's up, 53 Shades Darker? Hang Lee says, my advice for everyone is go there, explore and find your sweet spot. I've been going to the Philippines since 2013, only missed 2 years because of the pandemic. Yeah, see, that's what happened to me. This is what I would suggest. There was no bunch of YouTube channels when I came in 2009. I wish there was. All I did was get on the plane and come over here. Would I suggest that? No, but I'm going to tell you something. Man, did I have a good time because everything was new. I didn't know what to expect. But Corey made a great point last night. He said, Calvin, some of us need to plan our trips over there. And I get that. I get that. But, when are you coming? What's the point? And I get the dreamers. I get the people who can't come over here, who don't have a passport. I get you, but I mean the ones who have the money, you have the time, but you just won't pull the trigger for one reason or the other. This is who I'm talking about today, because once you get the information, man, you need to get on over here. Some of this stuff that we talk about, it's better to experience it than to hear about it. That's why when guys get over here, man, they don't get on the internet. They're too busy doing different things over here. What's up, Mike Dawsonville? I said, hey, brother Cal, we also have to use our common sense to know what's right and what's wrong. That's exactly right. Because here's kind of ties into that. I wrote it down. I said, you won't appreciate the information I'm giving anyway till your boots on the ground. You're not going to be able to appreciate it. We was talking about that yesterday. When you get over here and actually see the stuff I be talking about, then the bells and whistles start going off in your head. What's up, Dean? There's Yusuf Omar B. Jeeves Winston. What's up, Louise? He said, yeah, good topic. It is, because I know you wasn't watching videos when you were over here. Were you, Louise? You were deep inside something. What's up, George? He said, good morning in the Philippines, Cal. Willie Rivers says, good evening, brother, from Toledo, Ohio. Toledo. They call it Toledo over here. Hollywood Baby, that's my favorite fireman from over in Atlanta. He says, hey, Cal, always a pleasure to see you, brother. Sorry about your nephew. Yeah, my kids are posting all kind of videos and stuff about him because he was their favorite cousin. They were first cousins. And he was just, he was funny, man, And I'm really shocked, whenever somebody real close like that dies. And I just feel sorry for him. I don't know if he was able to live his dreams like we're living ours, man. When I be talking about that stuff, man, I'm not playing. You're not going to live to be 1,000 years old. I'm going to live until I die, man. I'm not going to live that. I'm not going to hesitate anymore. If it's something I want to do, I'm going to do it. And that's the point of this video, man. Get out from in front of the YouTube screen. Get on a plane and go somewhere. Make it a reality, man, because I wrote down right here, it says some things are better when you experience them. That's a fact. It just is. Hey, Alec Mercado, thank you for the super chat. She says, I dare y'all to match me. Hey, I appreciate it. But yeah, it's a lot of information on here, especially when you deal with the women, man. It's going to kind of confuse you. I think the less videos you watch on women, the better. Because y'all heard of the element of surprise. Sometimes it's better to be shocked. And, when you come over here, like when you see the traffic for the first time, or some of these magnificent natural beauty over here, sometimes it's better that you see it before anybody even tells you about it. Because that's what happened to me. Nobody told me about this stuff. Nobody told me about the girlfriend experience. I just experienced it. But, everybody nowadays is, everybody's so cautious, this internet era, we got to plan everything. And I'm not just from that school, really. Hey, Eddie Sanders, he said, how much minus plane ticket would you need for like a 2-week stay to get the lay of the land and see if it's a long-term solution, aka early retirement? That's a good question. Believe it or not, man, me and Corey, because I asked Corey yesterday, I said, well, how much did you spend? He gave me a figure. And I was like, wow, you're living good over here. But I would say, Eddie, at least $1,000 for every week you're going to stay over here, if you can afford that. That way you're not going to have any problems, man, okay? You're going to be able to see and do just about whatever you want to do. The only problem with that is it's not really a problem. It's a good problem to have 2 weeks in the Philippines. I tell people this is my suggestion. Bring as much money as you can afford and stay as long as you can that first time, because you never bring enough money and you never stay long enough. That's just reality of it, man. You're going to be like, man, I should have bought more money. I should have stayed longer, especially when you go to that airport, man. Hey, Nick Gary said, thanks for that super chaser, Calvin. I love seeing you. You make me happy. Man, I appreciate that, man. That's a compliment. Daryl says, good morning, Cal. I'll be moving there in July. I'm cashing out. Have you been here before? Chocolate Man Mike, Philippines Express says, you have to stop worrying about what family is saying and all the other naysayers. Live your life and get out and experience the Philippines. It would help you with your stress and anxiety. It sure helped mine, Mike. That's 100% fact. A lot of what I thought was wrong with me, really, believe it or not, man, was just sexual frustration and boredom. Once I got over here and started exploring, man, and getting out and working my act, man, hell, I was cured. It was like, wasn't nothing wrong with me. Hey, Matt, he says, should you leave your girlfriend, wife in the Philippines or have her immigrate to the USA? Man, that's a hard decision, but it's one that you can make, because the only that you can make. Some guys, I did a video on that, they have no choice. They're not old enough to retire. And I mean, if you really into the woman, I wouldn't do that long distance relationship. If you can trust her, if y'all been together long enough, if you feel everything's right, I would bring her on over. Okay, now remember the video I did that said, stop, don't bring your Filipino wife girlfriend to America. I wasn't discouraging people. I was just telling them the risk involved when you do that and what can go wrong. But remember, I made another video about the benefits of bringing her over there. You're going to be the talk of the town, buddy. You got that beautiful young woman on your arm, man, everywhere you go. But yeah, it's a decision, man, you just got to make. If I'm old enough to retire, I'm staying over here, going back and forth. But yeah, I would get her the visa if I could. If I can't do that, hey, is it? I can't read. Let me see. Oh, Brant Hill. Thanks for that super chat. He said, thank you for the insight and inspirational words, sir. Well, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for your support. But yeah, my nephew, he wasn't 45. He was actually 48 because he was born in 1974. He was born. We had a tornado, and he was born the day of or the day before the tornado. Jungle Man Space Cowboy says, good morning from Angeles City, Pampanga. Now, they got some good restaurants up there, I heard, Jungle Man. But it's something that we're going to have to see. Gerald Wilkins said, can you talk about the flight, which airport is best to depart from, and what it's like flying about 15 to 18 hours to the PI? He said, I've flown to Germany, England, and Germany to Saudi Arabia. Yeah, man, it's a heck of a trip. I'm gonna tell you something. The first trip is not gonna be so bad because your adrenaline's gonna be, I mean, out of this world. So going over there is gonna be fast. You're gonna watch all the movies, and eat your food. It depends on what airline you fly out of and where you live. See, I live in Louisville, Kentucky. I fly out of Chicago. So my first time over here, I took Korean Airlines. I didn't know anything about Korean Airlines. It was a great experience. But I was so excited, man, that especially once I got to Asia. Once we landed in Incheon Airport, man, it was on. That other trip, the other 4 hours, man, it was like a blur. But every second I was thinking, man, I'm getting closer and closer to this place. But as you start doing it over and over and over, man, it's taxing on you, man. It's a long way. You try to do everything you can. I can't sleep on the plane. I want to stay up and metal, but it goes by pretty quick, yeah, to be honest with you. But it's a long way, man. It's best to get you some movies and just sit back and relax. But I'm gonna tell you that first trip, the adrenaline's gonna be there, man. So you don't have to worry about it being a boring trip. Girl said, "Yeah, I was in the Philippines 6 months ago." A Black Turn 34 said, "At Nick Gurr, your name is killing me." Oh, okay, yeah, all right. I'm seeing this now. Come on, guys. I hope that ain't. Hey, Sal Corbett says, I have a little time yet before I'm going to actually be able to come to the field. Have some people I got to support for now. In the meantime, I appreciate you on the ground, on your boots on the ground perspective. Yeah, thank you. See, this you're the people I make the videos for, Sal. The ones who can't quite make it over here yet. But the ones who can make it over here yet and they're on the fence, they're afraid to pull the trigger. Uh, those are the ones that I'm talking about today. Come on over here and go on ahead and enjoy the real thing. Remember that song, Ain't Nothing Like the Real Thing, Baby? See, that's really what I'm getting at. Because you can watch too many YouTube videos on the Philippines, man. And it'll water it down, man, because this is an interesting topic, the Philippines is. That's why I try to make my content as interesting as possible. But you got a lot of stuff on here now, it's watering it down. And if you watch too much of it, you may just decide, well, I don't even want to come to the Philippines. Don Ridgway said, Calvin is right. I spent 2,000 USD in 9 days on my first trip to the Philippines, Cagayan de Oro City. Yeah, I would say that, that way you're not going to have anything to worry about. We're going to do a lot of spontaneous spending over here, guys. I promise you, man, especially if you meet that right woman over here. Okay? You're going to spend. You're going to spend a lot of money that you never thought you was going to spend, but I wouldn't let a lack of money stop my vacation. If I only got $1,000 and I'm going to be here for 2 weeks, I mean $1,000 to spend. That's not counting my plane ticket or my accommodations, just for my food and stuff. I'm coming. But of course, the more money, the better. King Arthur, thanks for the super chat. He said, Cal, it's been a while, but I need an oil change, tune up, now a complete overhaul. And you got that coming, man. I don't even want to talk about it because this is what I'm saying. I will get you, man, I get you so excited, man. You'll leave your job 3 days before return. They'll be like, well, what's he quitting for? He got 3 more days to go. But yeah, see, you forgetting about the lube job. See, a lot of guys like the lube job, and you can get it here. You can certainly get it here. Dana Mills says, I really suggest to stay up to 12 hours before you go to the airport. And this is good information. You will catch up on your sleep on that long leg of your flight. That's a good idea. I try to do that all the time, but I still can't go to sleep. Sammy Davis says, yo, Island Fist, wondering if you'd be able to pick me up a Chorito G and belt. Oh, okay. If you're still in Okinawa. Luke Rogers says, regarding strategies for flying to the Philippines, you can get 10-hour flights from Vancouver to Seoul, South Korea, that leave at 12 in the afternoon. Now, that would be a good one, because I know from Chicago, they say it's a 13-hour flight. It's usually like 12 hours and something. He says that way you arrive in the evening Southeast Asia time and then can sleep that night after you arrive. Because the jet lag is going to catch you over here, man. I don't know of anybody where it doesn't catch you. Because one guy, he told me, he said, Cap, I'm arriving April, first week of April. I'm arriving at 1:30 in the morning. See, now it's going to kick his behind. Okay, because it's going to be like either 1:30 p.m. at home where he's from or 12:30 p.m. wherever he's from. It's going to whoop him because he's not going to be able to go to sleep. And everybody's going to be asleep here in the Philippines. And then when he finally does get sleepy, it's going to be about 9 o'clock in the morning. Joe Boyd says, any update on the boat lady who was abandoned? Yeah, she's doing good. And like I said, she wants her privacy now. But I can't say this. The court did rule in her favor. She's happy for that. She's met some friends. I believe she's staying over here. The last time I talked to her was a couple of weeks ago. She gave me the good news for her. Is, they're going after him. And that's all the information I've got, that I'm able to get out there. That they said it was enough information to file a warrant, to put out a warrant for him. So let's just hope it works out for both of them, man. You don't want to come overseas, man, and get in trouble. You just don't want to do it. Ryan says melatonin, works great for long flights. It doesn't work for me. I don't know. Okay, see, here's the thing. I get this all the time, Sarasota Tim, and I'm sorry. He says, shoot, you went right past my comment earlier. Do you think that this thing's just stop here and let me, read them? Imagine if I did that. These things keep going. And okay, if it's 285 people watching, how many comments do you think is over here on the side? I can't get to all of them, man. I apologize for that. But let me go back and see what you said if I can find it. Which, it's way, way back there, I'm pretty sure. Because I try to do the best I can. King Dynasty is here and says, did you bar fine? Damn, 2,000 there in 2 to 9 days. Well, not really. I don't know, believe it or not. Beach of Life says, so true about that first flight. I was jacked up, and that last 5-hour leg from Taiwan was like a blur. It is, guys. He said, Sammy Davis said, one tip for these long trips is to remain awake 20 to 24 hours before your flight. You'll sleep the entire way. Don't drink any alcohol before doing. What's up, old school Mike? Okay. Sarasota, let's see. It's coming up because I seen somebody said something. But guys, I'm telling you, I try to do the best I can. Okay, here. He says, man, I want to come, but I just don't know. 64 years old and 1,700 a month Social Security, and I've got 40,000 in cash. Do you live in Dumaguete? I live about 4 hours north of Dumaguete. But here's the thing, Sarasota Tim. You don't have to come here to live. Because who says you could even handle it over here? That's plenty enough for you to come over here for a month or two to see if it's right for you. Try to find your sweet spot. You know, Dumaguet's a good place because you're going to be able to talk with a lot of expats there who've got experience, boots on the ground, who can give you some little pointers, point you in the right direction. Now, I know a lot of them live in Valencia. Valencia, it's kind of expensive up there. You can get another place. You may be able to get a cheaper place, more affordable place right in Dumaguete. But that's plenty enough for you to come over here for a couple of months. Or why not come 6 months here and 6 months there? I mean, I would do it. I would try it. See, you're the ones I'm talking to when I say warning. And watching too many YouTube videos about the Philippines can ruin your trip. See, you're sitting on the fence. You're retired. You got your Social Security. You got money. So what's stopping you? You're going to keep on watching these videos like we're going to give you some kind of courage to get over here, man. No. Hey, Joseph Asbury, thanks for that super chat. He says, keep doing what you're doing. I'm coming to Manila in August for my birthday for a scout mission for future permanent ops. Thank you for what you do. See Corregidor. See how folks live in Makati and so on. Sam to leave. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Go on and make your trip, man. Make your reservations now if you can. He's Nick Gurr. This isn't his real name. I'm pretty sure it's not. Thanks for that super chat. He says, if you want your comment read, super chat, Cal. Don't be a cheapskate. Thanks for that super chat. Hey, Tim says, hey, bro, been a while since I checked out your blog. I hope all is good. It is, man. JD says, do you know how I know now if I need a PRC card? If I've been in the Philippines 6 weeks now. You mean a ACR card? What happens is, okay, for that ACR card, here's how that works. Okay, you've been there, you get your 30 days. You haven't been here long enough, JD. You do your 30 days. Right before that expires, you go and extend for 29 days. Okay, now when you come back for that second extension, JD, this is when they charge you for the ACR card. And they're gonna charge that automatically. You don't have a choice. So instead of you paying the $3,030, you're gonna pay $6,000. But that's what it's for. You haven't been here long enough yet. But make sure that you've already extended already. Because my next video, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about 8 things that can make or break your trip to the Philippines. And immigration is one of them, man. We get over here, we having such a good time, we forget all about immigration. Some guys have waited to the last day to, on that 29th day to extend. Some people have went over a couple of days. We forget all about immigration. Neil Ramratton says, one way to beat jet lag the first night is to not sleep too much during your entire journey. Read, watch movies, get up and stretch on the plane. Anything you can do to try to stay up is probably good. Because I wasn't able to do it. I got in like the guy did. I got in about 1:30 a.m., and you get, the woman's waiting with the big sign with your name on it. You're all excited. I'm hyped up. Of course, I get the tune up, and hell, it's by that time, it's 9 o'clock. We want to go to the mall. I'm dead asleep, man. I'm sleepwalking. And it messed my whole 2 weeks up. I never was able to really get back on track, man. It's best. Remember, I did a video a long time ago, is to do this. Force yourself to stay in that hotel that first night, man. The first day, and get some rest. Otherwise, man, it's going to mess your whole trip up. What's up, Mike Alexander? Thanks for that super chat. Said we love you, brother Cal. Man, I love you back, man. And that's real deal. And I prove it, man. It's not just talk. You ask anybody that's ever come to my house, man, I let you stay in my house. There ain't too many YouTubers that do that around the world. You know, it's put up, I shut up. You know, walk the walk, man. All that talk is cheap, man. When people come over here, they spent all their money, man. They need a break. I built a guest house for that, and I'm proud of that. So for 2 nights, you don't have to spend a peso. You can let your pockets rest, man. Let them cool down. We'll even feed you if you want to. If you want to eat with us. But ain't too many YouTubers, especially in the Philippines, that's going to do that. Your favorite YouTuber, come over and knock on their door and see what happens. You got to lock your ass up. Sal Corbett said the fence sitters who have the money to go to the Philippines but won't pull the trigger are squandering their time. Yes, this is your opportunity. I have the cash, but currently held back by other obligations. Thanks, man. I couldn't have said it any better. You know, this is the best time to be here. Because it's getting ready to get back to the old days, man, especially when you go to like Boracay, man, where you're nuts to butts, man. I mean, so many people there. I vowed never to return. The only reason we went back is because of the pandemic. We knew it wasn't going to be a lot of people there, but Corey said he was there not long ago. He said, Cal, it's cranking back up, man. He said, you know, because especially now that China's open, South Korea's open, Japan is open fully. They're coming here, man. See, they don't sit on the fence like we do, you know, but they're only 4.5 hours away. They're over here. They're taking advantage of everything the Philippines has to offer, and they're full speed ahead. I'm just telling you, if you got the money, come on over here, man. Quit playing. Where are you, Michael Beach of Life in Manila? What made you go there? I'm really I'm real curious to know why you're there. Because you've been traveling, man. You've been doing a lot of traveling. I saw you in Dumaguete. I saw you in Siquijor Island. You just came from Tacloban and Lady. Now you're in Manila. Big Woo chilling says, good morning, everybody. Greg Goodman Sr., thanks for that super sticker. Big Woo chilling says, man, we're in the BCO at least once a year. Yeah, you got to be careful in that region up there. Have you ever ran into any storms up there? Big Woo chilling in the BCO area. Have you ever ran into any typhoons? Because that's a deal breaker. That could be a deal breaker over here. TJ says, you never know what other folks see as squandering their time. To them might be they're being held back by other obligations. Now, we're just saying the guys who are asking questions, like, they're saying that they're wondering if their money is enough. If you're wondering if your money is enough, you're on the fence, TJ. There's no obligation. You can come over here. This guy said he had $1,700 per month plus 40,000 cash. He could come over and ball out of control for 2 weeks and go back home. And then, decide. He could come over for a month and wouldn't even hardly touch that 40,000. But I'm saying, man, listen, you only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough. You've heard that before, right? Yeah. He's fence sitting, TJ. He needs to get on over here. Oh, okay. So Tim says, sorry, I didn't finish my comment. Meant to say thank you to all those that tried to answer my comment in chat. I read them all, friendly people. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think it's him. He says he's got $1,700 a month and 40,000 cash. That's more than enough. Sir Geechee Lance said, Cal, I'm going about doing it right later this year. I hope you make it over here, man. I'm a personally shake your hand and shine your damn shoes when you get over here, because you one of them guys that I'm talking about. You watching too many YouTube videos, man. Get your butt over here. You got a free shoe shine on me when you get over here, Geechee Lion. That's a fact. Hey, Joseph Asbury, thanks for that super chat. The obvious is the cheapest flight, but which air carrier would you recommend? I have more questions and I will contact you via Patreon. Thanks again. Support this channel, people. Hey, I appreciate that, Joseph Asbury. I'm going to tell you the truth. I use Orbitz. Now, we've got a professional on here right now, Dana Middleton. Dana, put your information up here for Joseph. I mean, now he'll, depending on where you coming from, he's going to give you every, scenario possible. Now, the best airline, I'm always going to go with Korean Airline because they treat you so well, man. Because, I don't fly first class. I'm not like TJ, Franz, and Sydney and them. Those guys fly first class. I can't afford that. So the closest thing, I always do the Asian Airlines when I'm coming to Asia. That's just how I do it. I used to do Delta until all my points ran out. And somebody suggested to me, he said, if you're going to Asia, why don't you use the Asian Airlines? I did, and it's worked out for me. Led by Korean Airlines, ANA. The best flight I've ever had over here was from Cathay Pacific. But I don't even think they do that anymore. I don't even think they come from the States to the Philippines anymore. You can check with it. But yeah, Dana's here already. Dana's on here, Dana. Put your information up. Hey, Michael Onstad, he said, good morning, buddy. Now, Michael Onstad, he's the resident insurance agent. People have been having a lot of questions, Mike, about Pacific Cross. And this is the guy to ask. He's the one. He can hook you up because you've got some options over here. Put your information up, Mike. DG says, I'm in New Orleans. What price for the round trip ticket to Cebu and back to New Orleans? See, that's what I'm saying. That's Dana. For Dana, I go on Orbitz.com, Cheapo Air, Eva Air, Kiki in the Philippines. What's up? I met him. Now, let me tell you something, this guy right here. He's an inspiration to me. During the pandemic, I used to get $1 per month from a guy from Costa Rica, right? I thought it was in Costa Rica. I mean, every time I get the dollar, I get about $1 a month from this guy. I'm saying, wow, he's from Costa Rica. He really must be sending his last dollar. Sometimes I think the most he ever sent me was $3, man. I was like, wow. I mean, it's not the money. It was the fact that he was Costa Rica, and some Costa Ricans are are struggling just as bad as anybody else, man. And but come to find out, it was this guy, Kiki in the Philippines. I met him at the meet and greet in Dumaguete, man. And this guy's an inspiration to me. He says, hey, Calvin, you're looking happy. Yeah, Korean Air feeds us a lot, too. Yeah, it is. Matt Chappelle says the cheapest flight right now is Eva. Nick says, yep, Korean Airlines is the best. I like it. Sir Geechee Lance says, I got real stuff to deal with, like what Rike had to do. Real retired, though, already connected to Dana. Yeah, Mike Dorseyville said, Michael Beach of Life is exploring the beaches. Yeah, finally. Because I'm going to tell you, though, Mike, once you open up that Pandora's box over here, you can't put it back. You got problems with your girl. You're like, you want to go somewhere again? Yeah. A Big Woo Chillin' says, my first time I was in the Philippines, Mayan erupted. Wow, a week before I got there. And then I tore my leg up to the bone because I didn't know what a typhoon was. I've been going back for 37 years. I don't know what he's telling me. Yeah, a car says Starlux Airlines flies from LA to Manila now. Is that a direct flight, Kaz? Now, Kaz is the one who sent me the link on Miramar. And he sent me another video, but these look like women from there. I was thinking, uh, is there a YouTuber, a foreign YouTuber over there? But I'm not for sure because I haven't found any yet. But I know the U.S. State Department says don't go there, period. Come on in. Wait, I think this is my... Oh, come on. Yeah, Jennifer. This is... I'm getting uh my nails and everything done today. She comes about once every 2 months. Where you been, Jennifer? My toenails are so damn long. Yeah, I'm gonna do my feet first. Hey, thanks, Joseph Asbury. He says, thank you, Cal. I'm flying from New York City. Oh, wow. You can really get a good flight out of JFK. They always got good flights from JFK to Manila. He said, by the way, have you visited the VA there in Manila yet? No, not yet. But remember, Joseph, you got to make an appointment online. And you got to sign up online. And also the foreign medical program too that goes hand in hand with that? You can't just walk in there, Joseph. And I want to make that clear to everybody. That clinic is on the same grounds as the U.S. Embassy. And if you're in Manila and you don't go by and see that embassy, I don't care what country you're from, that U.S. Embassy is impressive. Michael Beach, your life, you need to see that while you're up there. And you also need to see that Veterans Memorial. It looks like Arlington Cemetery. It's the most U.S. soldiers buried outside of the United States. Those guys are the reason why we're here, guys, today. Okay? They're the reason why, believe it or not, man, that we're sitting here enjoying the Philippines like we do. So if you're in Manila, at least go by there, man, and show your respect. TJ says, I'd say, what's SQ? Is that Singapore? But Korean, EVA, Precon, Economy, ANA, Cathay. Yeah, for pointing in travel. He says, honorable mention goes to Thai because their garlic bread is fire. Yeah, when I went to Thailand last year, I took Thai Airlines, and it was a great experience, man. The trip was so quick from the Philippines. That's just what I needed too, because I wasn't even trying to do all that flying. And what I did was I went online. I said, what can I do for my anxiety? They said take 50 milligrams of Benadryl about 30 minutes before the flight. Man, did that work. I was calm, man. I was so calm that if that plane would have went down, I probably would have tried to jump out of the damn window with a parachute. I was so calm, man. I wasn't even worried about nothing. I wasn't high. I was just calm. Stephen and Ellie Adventures. And Stephen, they bought a nice house over here. Now he's fixed it up. That's a beautiful gate you built, by the way. He says 1,400 round trip from Appleton, Wisconsin to General Santos. Yeah, you got a lot of connections in there. You're probably going to fly to Manila and then to General Santos. Wow, I didn't know that's where you were living. I've been to General Santos, let's see, 2 or 3 times. I like it. You talking about getting some good deals, go to General Santos. It's the first place I ever stayed in the Philippines. I'm talking about it's the best um, pension house deal you'll ever come across. It was 500 pesos a night. Okay, you get cable, good Wi-Fi, hot and cold water, aircon, a good soft bed, and they had a restaurant downstairs. Tim says, anyone know if there are any flights leaving the Manila area straight to Guam, then to the U.S.? Yeah, you're gonna have to go to United flies that route. They go from Manila to Guam to Hawaii, then to the U.S. I did that twice. What's up, D? Yusuf says, what the hell, Cal gets his nails done? Yeah, I do. I get my nails and my toenails done. Now, remember, I was a chronic nail biter my entire life until I came to the Philippines. And I noticed that on my first trip that I did not bite my nails the whole time I was here. Minute I get back to Chicago, I'm biting my nails. I no longer bite my nails. I really should get a manicure twice a month. But I just, if Jennifer don't do it, I really don't like anybody to do it. But yeah, I'm proud of it now because I was using my teeth to trim my nails, but I don't even do it no more. I was so bad, I would chew my skin. I would eat my skin around my nails. But when I started coming over here, man, it disappeared. I'm telling you, I think I'm joking about what's going on over here, man. Hey, the Beach of Life says this cat is getting a petty on the live. Classic Cal. I missed them water guy interruptions. Them were the days. He's like a king. No, man. It's just, how much do you charge, Jennifer, for a manicure and pedicure? 200. It's 200 so it's 100 for the manicure and 100 for the pedicure. 100 pesos now. That's about that's less than $4. And she's one of the best. Well, she is the best in San Carlos City, and she's the highest too. Because sometimes you can go and what is it if you go to one of those places? What is it, 75 or something, or 80? But we always give her extra because she comes over here. Okay, Big Woosh and back to work. Have a wonderful week, people. Thank you. But that's some of the things that I like over here. And one more thing on this, I wanted to bring up because a friend of mine, and he's a long-time supporter of Sunshine Shoulders, he's building a house in Thailand. And I was like, well, can foreigners own land over there? He was like, no. He says, basically the same thing that happens over in the Philippines. He says, we can own the house and then lease the land back to, yourself for 30 years. And then, renew that, which over here is 25 years. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know why for an expat, when they say, they keep comparing the Philippines to Thailand, hell, you can't own land over there either. Orchesine said, Yusuf, when you get there, you can get a mani-pedi. Yeah, when you get there, absolutely. Or massage, man. Look, if you go to Bacolod City, I promise you this, I'm not building this place up. The L. Fisher Hotel, the main one, go on the 4th floor. You're going to get the best massage you ever received. Now, it's $450, which in the Philippines, that's high, 150 pesos. But for right now, guys, that's $8. You're going to get the best massage you ever got. I mean, nobody even comes close on Negros Island. Well, in Dumaguete, they got a place called Bamboo Spa Massage. They're just as good, but they're 250 pesos. But I can't go back there because Maryland had a bad experience there, and I made her complain. I made her complain because the damn guy was, touching her up and, getting aroused, giving her, that's unprofessional. They should have okay, me and Marilyn was the only clients in there. There was a woman massage, massage therapist and a man. Well, the woman had me the day before and she knew I'd give a big tip, which 200 pesos is a big tip. Because a lot of times they don't get any tip. So she wanted me and gave the man to Marilyn. Well, we didn't think anything of it because we're thinking, it's going to be a professional thing. No. Marilyn, breaks down crying but she didn't tell me this until we're long gone because she said she didn't want me to get in trouble. But I'm like, man, you should have told me. Hey, let me see this. Stylish over 60, thanks for that super chat. He said, Cal, your video on the 4 basic needs of a Filipino was very insightful. I got a real education. Yeah, and of course I got some pushback on that. The guy said, now, on that video, the first thing I said was, this is not a video on how a dating video or how to, where to meet a Filipino or how to meet a Filipino. I don't do those anymore. That video was for the men, really. But he says, I thought you said you weren't going to do those videos anymore. That didn't last long, he says. And, I just let it slide off my back, man. I get that all the time, but I'm glad you could appreciate it. I'm trying to be more educational. That dating stuff, man, if you don't hear nothing else I say today, man, that's going to happen for you. I'm sorry, it's going to happen. I was telling Corey last night, he's doing like a tour. So he's not really in one place. He's like Bruce. He may be in a place 1 or 2 nights. He doesn't have time for anybody, for him to get anybody's attention. But he said a couple of women in Surigao Island wanted him to date their daughters. It was hooking him up with the daughters. But if he stays around long enough in any place, you're going to catch somebody's attention. The Ghost of Pennsylvania says, I will never be caught walking around the Philippines vlogging unless I'm going hiking on a food tour. I prefer to be private and having a camera stuck in my face by some random dickhead. Yeah, and I don't blame you. And that's why you don't see me doing that. Because people all the time, like, man, why don't you go down there where the women are and this and that? I said, I don't feel comfortable doing that. I said, plus, when Filipinos, when they see me with a camera, they turn away and all of that. They're shy and everything like that. They don't want you. They don't want to be on camera anyhow. I want the people on camera who want to be on camera, but I don't want to invade anybody's space, anybody's privacy. LA Detroit says that Leia is still cold here in LA and Las Vegas. Wow. Now, I know when I was in LA in, I want to say, February of 2002, hell, it was warm during the daytime, but it was kind of cold at night. He says he'll never call himself a dingbat passport bro. That's just something you can identify with, man. It's nothing to get all upset about, man. I don't understand why people get so upset about it. He said, Andrew says, one channel almost made me vomit. He said, Kiki in the Philippines in everyone's face with a camera. Yeah, you got to be careful with that. I mean, at least let people know if you're filming, if you're going to put them on camera. I just never do it, man. I walk around early in the morning, and like I said, I interview the people who want to be interviewed. Luke Rogers says, I appreciate you. I hope to quit biting my nails too. You will. I promise you, man. This is no lie. Anybody that knows, I'm talking about I was a crime. I bit them down to the quick. Not only that, but the skin around, now my nails grow so long, I got to call Jennifer. It'll happen to you, man. For some reason, your stress level goes way down. It's different over here than it is at home. The things that trigger me at home, they're not over here. Yeah, I don't gamble over here. I haven't gambled in almost 5 years. I'm done gambling. Even if I went home, I wouldn't go to the casino. It's been removed from me from coming over here. Kamal says, who the hell gave you backlash as clear as you were, plus a disclaimer in today's video? Well, you're going to get that, Kamal. That's another reason why people say they don't want to start a YouTube channel. People who would have great YouTube channels. It's like, man, I couldn't deal with what you have to deal with and all them ignorant people and all of that. And I said, listen, I promise you, if I'd have known all this was coming when I started it, I was very naive. I'm still naive. I would have never started a YouTube channel either, but it's gotten better because of people like me who stuck around and basically said, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going to let you guys run me off. Because they basically did Rike like that, man. Rike wasn't doing nothing to nobody, man. And he's a grown man. I mean, why are we worrying about what other people are doing anyway? If you're supposed to be here on vacation or whatever it is, you're an expat over here, I don't give a damn what some other grown man is doing. What's up, Mo? But they basically did him like that. They basically just harassed this man into retirement, really, when I thought he had some good information for a certain population of men. He was one of the he was like a blueprint for a lot of guys, not for me because I don't do the same thing he does, but I thought he was offering a lot of good information, man, because I used to watch him before I had my channel. I certainly don't think he was doing anything wrong. Good morning, Mo. He says, good morning, Brother Cal. I've been back from the Philippines now for 1 month. It's real hard missing the Philippines. I'm already making plans to come back this summer. I know. See, people think that you be playing when you tell them, like, man, this place will grab a hold of you and it won't let you go. I could see it when you first came here, Mo, that you didn't want to go back. You was having such a great time. Then you came back for a second helping, and now, man, hell, you want the buffet. Yeah, because, what happened is eventually you're going to meet the right person, man, and it makes all the difference in the world. The Beach of Life says most primates bite their nails to keep them short. It's a primitive part of our brain that sends those signals. Yeah, but I think I was doing too much, Mike. I was biting them beyond short. And like I said, I used to eat the skin around my nails. There was no nail left, so I ate the skin. But now I don't do it anymore. Robert Dane, what's up? He said, thumbs up, guys. I do, Andrew. He said, Calvin, do you still work out daily? Yeah. I just started back really about a month ago, and I'm going to do an update. You remember I'm walking every day, and, I haven't done enough. I did that for 30 days. I didn't make a video because I want y'all to see some results. So I'm going to do an update because a guy asked me about that yesterday, as a matter of fact, in my comments. But yeah, I do that routine. I don't go to the gym anymore. I don't lift weights. I get too big. My genetics, if I just start lifting weights, man, within 1 week, man, I'm too big. I have to get a whole new wardrobe, and I look like what you call it, Johnny Bravo or somebody. Except my legs are bigger than Johnny Bravo's. He said you should teach these oldies how to stay active. I've got like 3 videos on my channel. I'm gonna put them on my community page, to bring them back up because they're way back in there, Andrew, and that's a good idea. I'm gonna do that today. I'm gonna put them on there because I got like 3. I got one on the beach in Sapalai, and this is another place you guys are missing out on. Sapalai in Negros Occidental. I mean, this is a beautiful place. They call it Sugar Beach because it looks like brown sugar. It's not dark like these other beaches. It's beautiful, man. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. But people hardly ever see anybody doing videos there. I did a live stream from there 2 years ago when me, Merlin, and Booby went. They call it Sugar Beach because the sand is the same color as brown sugar, man. It's beautiful. And then I did one in Center Mall. And then I did one then I did one down in Zamboanga. That's when I was in tip-top condition. That was during the lockdowns when you couldn't go nowhere. When I go back and look at that video from time to time, I had lost 30 pounds. I was cut, man. And I'm trying to get back to that. The Ghost of Pennsylvania said, Cal, that's why I stayed subscribed to your channel, because you don't do that nonsense. The Philippines is to get yourself a nice Filipino and live in peace. It is, man. If you can't find peace here, man, you're not going to find it. You're not going to find it. That's the first thing Corey said when I met him at Isano Mall. And I said, what do you think about, has he had any trouble here? I said. He said, no. He said, nobody's bothered me here. But he said something that caught my attention. He said, but the black men that I see here, because he's a brother, he said, they look right through me like I don't exist. And I said, have you ever seen that video I did? It's called The Other Guys. I said, I made that video because that's what was happening to me. Every time I would see a black man in the Philippines, man, they wouldn't speak. They keep walking, but I didn't know if they was Papua New Guinea. I didn't know if they was African. I didn't know if they was American. But I never could get no love from them, man. And that's another reason why I started this channel, to bring everybody together, man. We need each other over here. I don't let nobody, a foreigner never walks past me anymore without me at least saying, hello, how you doing? And if they want to talk more. Sam Champion said, Cal, your hometown was quite cold this past weekend. Light snow Saturday morning as well. Winter just didn't want to let go. Yeah. And while you're on my hometown, the University of Kentucky basketball team, they lost. And it gets real quiet around there when they lose. I know y'all been watching the March Madness. It's really big in America right now. And I can watch it over here. I don't even need a Fire Stick. All I need is a VPN. And you can watch the tournaments. There's been some good games too. Robert Dame says, I'm now finally accepting the fact I'm in the last quarter of my life. Thank you for the good advice, Sir Calvin. We think we're going to live 1,000,000 years. We do. And I think that's what hinders a lot of us, man, from finding that happiness, man. We're on the fence. We're living too hesitantly. We're putting off for tomorrow what we could do today. All we got is this very moment right now. And enjoy that the best you can. This is a good advice right here. Patrick Blackrock, P Money says, I highly suggest that people leave that matrix mindset back in the matrix. Yeah, it's going to take a while, but eventually, if you stay over here long enough, it'll dissolve and it'll disappear on its own. I really am amazed at what's going on in America now. I've been outside of America for almost 5 years. It's the longest I've ever been. Even when I was in the Navy, remember, I used to come home. You come home every year. I haven't been home in almost 5 years. And it really amazes me what's going on over there. It's like, is that really, my country? Sometimes I think that. Because it's really crazy over there, what's going on. And I'm thinking, man, my decision to come here is looking better and better. Butch the one said, hey, Cal, how's Curly doing? Man, Curly's a beast now. Curly won't let me go anywhere without him. But he listens now. When I tell him to go back, he listens to me now. Johnny S. says, Larry Lindsay, what do you think about that? What's he talking about? Hey, Speedy. Kamal says, does the Philippines offer dental insurance? You don't need it here. It's so cheap. I don't think they do. I've never seen anybody offer. I got my teeth cleaned. It was, I want to say $30, but she was high. They told me that she was high. Marcus Focus says, when I met Calvin in person, I thought it was Ronnie Coleman. Yeah, they called me Ronnie Coleman down in Zamboanga, man. See, but I had a personal trainer there, and he had a vested interest in me. He wanted me to join their team and go around in Mindanao competing in those contests, right? Right before the pandemic hit. And man, this guy had me so big, Merle was like, nuh-uh, And it's ironic, she's over lifting in the gym now. She's a gym rat now. You can't get out of that gym. But at that time, she said, no, you too big. I was too big, man. They called me Ronnie Coleman down there. And believe it or not, I didn't know what I was doing, guys, believe it or not. I didn't know what I was doing. People used to come and watch me work out, man. They just wanted to see, look at this guy, because I'm going to tell you something over here. It's an open secret with this, these steroids, man. These performance enhancing drugs over. It's an open secret. They don't even hide it. It's right in clear sight, man. And they take that because, my genetics, I don't even need that stuff. And if I worked out, I could get big like a bodybuilder. Now, could I compete? No. Because, they take all that stuff and they get even bigger. But they take it because, their frame is smaller. And you can see the guys who have just busted out, man, but you can see it. It's written all over their face. When you take them steroids, your head gets big. Everything it looks out of proportion. But the women are even taking it in these gyms, man. They want that quick fix, man. And it's dangerous, but I've seen them bring in syringes. I've seen them put the stuff right on the table. Me and Merlin was in Sikiwa Island. We went to the gym, and man, the minute we walk in the door, the guy's injecting the man in his thighs and his legs, right in clear sight of everybody. Ren McKinley, thanks for that super chat. He says, I just recently found your channel, and it gives real insights on living in the Philippines, but I'm concerned about living there as a black man. Well, what are you concerned about? Because obviously, I'm a brown man, I'm a black man, and I don't have any problem, man. I'm treated like a celebrity, even before Sunshine Shoulders, man. The Filipinos, they're not as shallow as we are. There's nothing that resembles race as we know it in America. Okay, and what's even so worse about America is we deny that racism even exists. People get mad at me when I talk about it. They get angry. Oh, yeah, what country are you talking about? That's over with. But no, you don't have any problems as a black man over here. Trust me, I've got St. Carlos City has seen more black men in St. Carlos City, this little small town, than probably in the last year since the Philippines reopened, than they probably ever seen in the history of St. Carlos City. But it's always with a smile and a welcome. I did a video a long time ago, that's always been the question, do Filipinos like black men? Well, I made the video, do black men like Filipinos? Why do y'all always pick on us? Yeah, I've never seen a video that Filipinos like South Koreans or Chinese or Japanese or white men. It's always the black men. It's like, why wouldn't they like us? We got a history. The original Filipino is black. Period. Okay? Migrated from Africa about 20, 30,000 years ago. And you see them right today. I've got pictures on my community page. So you don't have any problems. Filipinos are some of the nicest, warmest, welcomingest people you ever going to meet. And they're not going to like you because you're black. They're going to not like you because of your character. That's what's going to happen. Now, has white supremacy infected the Philippines? Absolutely. The biggest stars, they have white. When you go in Manila and Cebu and all those places, the billboards, they're the lightest, whitest Filipinos. But it's the same thing all around the world, really. Okay? You got to have so competitive over here that just any little edge that you got, any little advantage you got to use it. So fair skin over here is like an advantage. But as far as them dealing with you as a human being, as an individual, Rand McKinley, you have nothing to worry about, brother. If for 1 second I thought that black men were not treated like everybody else over here, if we were gonna have a problem or they didn't like me, man, I wouldn't be here. And I'm telling you, you don't know me, man. I'm a Gemini. I don't play that. I'll go somewhere else. But it's not like that. I've never had a problem with the women, with the men, with the people. Nothing even resembles a problem. It's your character, man, that they're looking for over here. Dexter said Kansas State just dominated the fourth quarter. It was disappointing to see the Kentucky Wildcats lose in the second round of the tournament. Well, I'm gonna tell you, you've seen a star is being born. That little guy, Noel. What's his last name? This guy looks like he's a magician, man. UK didn't have an answer for him. He was 5'8", man. He was throwing no-look passes. I haven't seen anybody put on a show like he put on since Steph Curry. And the ironic thing about it is when he was in the 7th grade, he was playing in Kentucky for 1 year up in the mountains, somewhere in Corbin, Kentucky, for whatever reason. Daryl says, how's your son doing in the States? They're both doing good. My son's been there. My oldest son, he's been there he's 12 years old. He's been there for 1 year. And of course, Gabe just left in December, but they're adjusting. Johnny said, Calvin, I'll send you an email. Yeah, there it is, guys. He said, Sunshine Shoulders home workout for men over 40. If y'all want to really work out. Because if you go back, and I'm going to post this on my community page too. It's a video I did a long time ago. It's called the Fountain of Youth. I found the Fountain of Youth in the Philippines, and I talk about the 4 qualities there. It's 365 days of sunshine, beautiful women, exercise. You're going to exercise more over here. You're going to walk more over here than you've ever done. And then you tweak your diet. And you're going to be 20 years younger, man. You're going to feel 20 years younger. I don't even feel, it seems to me like me and Merlin are the same age. I forget that Merlin is 40 years old. It seems like we're the same age. It doesn't seem out of place at all. And that's just a fact, man. And I'm telling you. What's up, W Secrets to Success? That's my buddy, man. He came and see me. He said, just tuning in. Thanks for that super chat. He said, just tuning in. How's the bike rental business going for Maryland? Well, today a guy's going to rent the bikes today. And then on the 29th, a foreigner, he's coming in from America, I believe. He's going to rent one of the bikes for 3 weeks. So it's going good. The fact is, remember, there was no business like that at all here. We started that for Maryland, and the very next day, somebody else. But the very next day, they watch the people who did it. They watch my channel. They follow my channel. Well, the very next day, they did the same thing. Now they've got 2 motorcycles, so competition's good. But yeah, so far so good. Eventually, I guarantee you, within a year, she'll pay for both of those motorcycles. So it'll be like having 2 motorcycles for free. And what I'm going to do now, okay, remember I give my the guest house to my subscribers for free. 2 nights free. Now, if you wanted to stay a 3rd night, it'll be 1,000 pesos. It's only fair that I do that. And that's for Maryland. It's not for me. Because everybody comes in there and says, Man, you could get anywhere from 2,000 to 2,500 for this room based just on what's in the room. I got everything in there. You don't need to do nothing in there. You got, uh, hey, thanks TJ for that super chat. I'm going to read this, but let me finish my train of thought because I'll forget it. I got a refrigerator in there, air conditioning. You got a smart television, great Wi-Fi in there. You got the water dispenser now. You got the hot water heater. You got a toaster. The only thing that's not in there is hot water, and you really don't need it. But you got good water pressure. You know, every now and then when it rains real, real hard, it's a trickle that comes out of there. But we got a solution for that. Thanks for that super chat, TJ. He said, looking at all these affordable bookings for whole private islands and entire lodges, what could the first Sunshine Shoulders channel trip look like? Wow. Now that's a good idea. It's just a lot of, a lot of work, but it's a great idea, especially I'm thinking about, I said I'm going to have my next meet and greet in Cebu, which I am. But I believe the one after that, TJ, I may have to go to Siquijor Island. Hey, Phil Large, thanks for that super chat. He said, Cal, I think we were on a flight together in 2012 from Korea to Cebu. Your anxiety scared me. I said, where are you going? We're on a plane. Maybe, man. That's a fact. Hey, I think you could be right. I'm almost, were we sitting together? Because I remember sitting with a guy. But he was from Korea. He was living in Korea, this young guy. Robert Dame says, air fryer, thank God for that. Living alone. When was the last time you cooked food, Cal? Well, Merlin cooks the food. It's been a long time since I cooked anything, except toast. I'll make my own toast. But they won't let you go toward the kitchen. Remember, it's a clear line here, man. It's no blurred lines over here. That's what I like about it. As long as I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, Robert, okay, on my end, remember, I'm the maintainer, the protector, the provider. She's going to do everything else. Everything else. Gil Bellamy said, Marquise Noel. Yeah. The guard. Yeah, he killed UK. He's going to kill anybody that they play. And they're going to have to they're going to have to try to trick a defense to stop that little guy. Triangle and one or something, because he's too much. And then that's my dark horse. Larry Lindsay says, we're still getting killed in the USA. Dan Foghat says, I seen a video here on YouTube, and this fool, a black man here in the Philippines with some Filipino at a Popeyes, and he's asking the workers about some ad. Oh, I didn't see that. He says, I've seen a video here on YouTube, and this fool, a black man here in the Philippines with some Filipino at a Popeyes. I think they got a Popeyes. Don't they have a Popeyes up in Manila, English City? Here's that Sunshine Shoulders, the Fountain of Youth is in the Philippines. This is a good video. If y'all want to check that out. But I haven't seen that. Phil Stevens says some dudes better shower before worrying about the manicure. That's a fact. That is a fact. I've had a couple of guys use that guest house, man, and we had to, that's okay. We had to defumerize it, if that's a word. Defunkerize it. Hey, Rodney Woods, too, thanks for that super chat. He says, salute from Kansas City to Texas. I appreciate the content. Keep up the stellar work, sir. But thank you. Yeah, that'll be okay. That's that old Man, I got an old iron. This thing is like a workhorse. You can't break this thing. There's no water that you can put in there. This is one of them old ones that my mother used to use. There's no steam in that. But you better know what you're doing with them heat controls. Because if you put that thing over 3, it's going to burn a hole in anything. It'll burn a hole in cotton. That thing gets hot. Thank you, Rodney Woods. Alan, what's up, buddy? He said, good evening, my friend Calvin, aka Sunshine. Hope to see you soon. Yeah, Alan came over here and visited me, him and his Filipino. That's your girlfriend, right? Y'all not married yet. Or did y'all get married? Now, he met his Filipino girlfriend in America. That would be a good interview. I'd like to interview him just to see what that's really like. Is it any different than meeting a Filipino over here? I don't really know. But there's a lot of guys who watch this channel. They met their woman over there. So, Alan, I guess you would be considered an expat. Even though you're my friend, technically, by definition, you're an expat. But no, you wouldn't be because you didn't intentionally go out and try to steal somebody's woman. Because they'll do that, man. Trust me, guys, I had to start, okay, my wife used to work not far from my house, okay? Okay, Phil Lawrence, let me get to it. And I didn't even have to take her to work, right? But man, she was telling me that the guys was just harassing her at work, man. Even she tells them, hey, I'm married, show them the wedding ring. So I had to start taking her back and forth to work, man. It got so bad over there. And that's the reason why I didn't want, I made it a fact when, I bought my house in a diverse, the neighborhood was diversified. There's a lot of diversity. Whites, blacks, Hispanics, Asians. I did it on purpose because I knew if I took my wife to the neighborhood I grew up in, I wasn't gonna get any peace, man. They don't respect you. Okay? But yeah, so that's a whole other story about that next Pat, man. But he is pretty bad. Phil Large, thanks for the super chaser. Actually, you were behind me, and when we hit turbulence, you were on your feet to run. Black guy here was working in Korea. That must not have been me because when turbulence hits, I don't get up, man. What I do now, this is how you'll know it's me. I bend down like I'm tying my shoe, and I tie my shoe and untie it and tie it back about 10 times until the turbulence stops. Yeah, she said, Elliot says, did I have to defumerize it? You damn right. Defunctize it, put the damn pillars outside. Buck John says, stay in your own lane and mind your own business. Amen. That'll get you far over here. Yeah, it ain't no joke, but I'm polite. Okay, RV said there are many Popeyes here in Metro Manila. See, that's the thing I like about Manila. You can get some of the food that you crave up there in Manila. He said, defunct what, Cal? The room? He said, Cal, what happened? Did they drop weapons of mass destruction in the toilet? No, but one of the last guys that stayed, this is what makes me so mad about people. Now, when you're sitting down and you get up and you flush the toilet, you know that if you left something on the back of there and you use that's why we got that scrub brush in there to scrub that off the back. But he didn't do it. I had to do it. And there's nothing worse than scrubbing a grown man's poop off the back of your toilet. Yeah, that iron got a story to tell, man. I ain't gonna lie, this iron is, man. I done dropped it 10 times, Market. Focus. and there's nothing you can do. It's not gonna mess up. But you know, I'm gonna tell you, her mother's the best cleaner in the world. I put her over there, and you won't even know anybody was ever in that room. She knows what she's doing. Tim West said, Cal, you have to be like Moses, come back to the States, part the seas, and save us from the matrix. I appreciate the content, Cal. Keep us dreaming until we can make it there. I'd be more like Harriet Tubman. But hell, she said I could have saved more slaves, but if they'd have thought, you know, if they'd have knew they were slaves or whatever it was, yeah, she said that he stink, Cal. Oh, man. My God. And I'm like, no wonder you don't have a woman over here. You know, even Filipinos aren't going to tolerate that. Yeah, Alan said, I never date a Filipino, but I'm lucky to have found the hidden gems. Yeah, she really is a nice woman. I mean, I'm not just saying that. Brother Mike Dawson said, Brother Cal, I remember the charcoal orange. Yeah, the lady across the street from me, and they still use them over here. See, y'all guys, y'all think, y'all don't realize where y'all are. Y'all in the Philippines. They got orange over here, guys, that they still use, by the way, that you open up the top and you pour a hot coal in there, and and they arm with that. Am I lying, Jennifer? They got those orange. I've got Michael Dorseyville will tell you, I put a picture on my community page. There's people, you're going to go over their house, especially in the province, and you're going to see it. Or over here, what they'll do is, and this works, and I didn't think it worked. Marilyn showed me this. Okay, if you don't have an iron, they'll fold the clothes and either put it under the mattress or put it under your pillow at night, and you sleep on it, but you got to fold it a certain way. Okay? And trust me, it works, man. Mojave Desert, Sonoran Desert. Says, hey, Cal, I'm here exercising, watching your live stream. She asked, why you exercising? I said, I feel like spaghetti. When she replied, you look more like a meatball. Oh, man, you don't want to hear that one. Some of these guys just don't take baths. They think they're missing out on something. If you go in somebody's room and their pants are standing up in the corner, they funky, man. I've had a couple of guys in that room over there. Hell, they'd have worked good on George Clinton's P-Funk All-Stars. Because I told you Filipinas, the women over here, they're very peculiar and picky about what you smell like, man. It's the first thing they're going to notice. Because they think we all stink. LA Detroit says, I was telling a guy on another channel about your next pet. True statement. Yeah, it is. They won't, I'm going to tell you something. They want a Filipina, but they don't want to come over here and do everything you have to do. They don't want to make that long plane ride. They don't want to meet the family. They don't want to do any of that, but they love Filipinas. It's an expats right now watching this channel. They're watching my channel. They follow me, and they're waiting for you to bring her over there and hoping and praying that your relationship goes wrong so they can slide in there. See, Alan wasn't that way, though. Alan Clan, he met his girlfriend under different circumstances. He's not an expat. Nexpats, they intentionally want your woman, man. And sometimes they're in your family, they're your friends. That's why you can't bring them over your house. Gerald Muhammad told me something one time. He said, Calvin, he said, don't ever bring a single man over to your house if you're married. Okay? And that makes sense because they look your woman up and down, man. No, this was next door. This was next door to Ghost of Pennsylvania. Okay, Michael Beach of Life says the food game here in Manila is fire. Where are you staying in Manila? Oh yeah. Now Geechee Land, when we went to this Jollibee when it first opened, and we stayed in line for an hour and a half. I mean, I was literally in line so long, I ended up making friends with two Filipino nurses who were in front of us. What's up, Franz? Thanks for that super chat. Said, what's up, brother Cal? Hope all is well with you and your family. I'm gonna be in Cebu on Wednesday, man. Let's hook up and go out and get something to eat. They hipped me to a nice little eating place in the condominium building um where he lives. I never eaten at the place before, but the food was real good, reasonably priced. Him and Sydney, when we get together, we have these lively discussions, and man, they basically shut the restaurant down because they're thinking that they're really arguing, but they're just really, you know how we debate. And Franz was beating on the table, and it was funny, man, because I mean, all the employees came out from the back. They're looking at us, and I'm like, man, calm down. TJ says, oh, snap. We did go to Bacchanal at Caesars. I would say it is comparable, even equal on a good day. He said, Tim West said, next pet, Stilipinas, Thrilipinas. These names sound funny, but I know it's a serious thing, but can't help but to laugh every time I hear you say these names. Well, hell, they've got a flex pad over here. Not a next pad or X pad. He's a flex pad. He's the one over here wearing all the nice jewelry and pulling out his wallet and, just flexing over here like he's got more than he's got. We call him a flex pad. Yeah, Mike Dawsonville said, not taking baths. That's straight up nasty. Good personal hygiene is a must. I learned that when I was 5. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but some people come over here, and I don't knock them because you don't know. It could be in their genes. It could have that funk gene. But yeah, Neil Ramratton says, what about the Filipinos that try to steal the guy away from another? How does that normally work? Well, she's called a Stilipina, and they're over here. I mean, they'll just basically keep on and keep on and keep on until you give in. John Delmar says, I can't say I find it disrespectful if one of my friends says the girl I'm with is pretty. Well, if he comes over your house, now he may not say, he can say that any time he wants to. If you're out and say, hey, Cal, you got a hot woman, right? But if he's over my house and my woman up and down, there's guys that come over and they've done that before. And you're like, come on, man, don't do that. Really. Don't do that. But they will. Wesley Groff says, I hear the Philippines is the second largest producer of nurses. And since I work in a hospital, they are a third of the worker population here. The females are very bubbly and guys are very cheerful. Yeah, my brother's a nurse and he works with a lot of Filipino nurses. But see, Filipino nurses, they used to be just the best on the planet. But all that's changing now because it takes a certain type of person to become a nurse to begin with. But now people are getting into it for the wrong reason. And there was a great article here a few years ago that was addressing that and says the reputation of the Filipino nurse is going down because some people are just getting into it for the money. And, the opportunities that come along with being a nurse. Because it's a lot of nurses over there. They didn't need a K1 visa. They didn't need a spousal visa. All they needed was that work visa. Right now, as we speak, there's over 100,000 work visas for healthcare workers pending to come to America. I mean, it ain't no joke. If you want to get out of the Philippines, become a nurse or become a seaman or something like that, and you're on your way. Xavier Allen says, hey, Cal, keep up the good work that you do. We thank you. Hey, thank you, brother. I still got your CD, man. But believe it or not, I haven't listened to it yet because my computer is getting reformatted. He said Ivory soap is the cure for all kinds of funk. But see, in the Navy, what we used to do, we didn't play that because we was on a carrier and we were in close quarters. If you were stinking, man, we would take you to the shower, man, and scrub you down, man. It's too close quarters. In them little bunks is what we called them. If you were stinking, you was only like 12 inches from me, if that. No, you had to take a bath. I'm sorry. And there's nothing worse than a funky person anyways, you know, especially a woman, man. You know, I think that's the worst thing that's on this earth, man, is a funky woman, because a woman has to be clean, man. Hey, Gary says, good evening, Cal, in the chat. I remember I met a woman, and this was in my partying days. Nice looking woman, man. And, you know, we met at the club. We get home, and, man, she takes her clothes off, man, and it was all over with, man. I couldn't do nothing. I had erectile dysfunction for the rest of my life, basically. I couldn't do nothing. And she was like, what's wrong? I said, you what's wrong? And if you ever smelled a woman that smells like that, you know what I'm talking about. My erectile dysfunction had erectile dysfunction. I was not getting nothing going with that lady. I mean, really. I was all excited, man. You know how excited you be when you know you're like, I'm getting ready to get it. It's on. Man, she pulled her underwear down, man. I tell you what. I can't describe the feel. I can't describe the smell. But like I said, Nicholas Cherry said, hey, fellas, new beginning in Tulsa for me. Glad to be gone from St. Louis. Hey, congratulations, man. What are you doing over in Tulsa? Oklahoma. Dana Mills said, don't go there, Cal. No, you got to go there, Dana, because it's a fact. You know, I got a real life channel. And he said, funky woman. Now we talking about Big Shirley. Well, that's one of the reasons I'm not going to Thailand, because Big Shirley's over there. If y'all don't believe me, I belong to a great group on Facebook. It's called Brothers and Sisters in Thailand. And you're going to see that there with the same attitudes, man. And I'm like, I'm not going anywhere near Thailand. See, whenever they do this Thailand versus Philippines, the Thailand guys, they never bring Big Shirley up, you know. And because I saw one where they had it was Chocolate Man in Thailand. It was Black Filipino. It was what's the guy? Zoom to Thailand, and then of course Mike's Philippine journey. Now everybody else has a natural background. He's got a damn green screen because he's somewhere in Kentucky, somewhere down in Florida. The rest of them, they're actually overseas in these exotic locations. But anyway, they was talking about, you know, Philippines versus Thailand, but the cats from Thailand, they never brought up Big Shirley. So the next time when you see one of these Thailand versus Philippines, this is what the Philippines has over Thailand. Big Shirley's not over here. She's over there, guys. I promise you. And they can't deny it. And if they try to deny it, I send them straight to that group. They on there. Want to know where can they get all them old fake braids and sew-ins and all that stuff. The connector says pee can smell really bad if a woman don't stay clean. Yeah, Calvin. Some smell like dead fish, dried fish. He said, TJ says, I hate this is how you have to find out, but this is sort of their theme. Oh, man, no, it smelled worse than that. I don't know what it smelled like. It was rotten. It was just, it went to the core of my being, man. Like I said, I wasn't able to do nothing for a long time after that. Barry Hamilton says a woman who smells is the biggest deterrent to a man's desire. It is. I mean, I was excited, man. I went from being like this, I was like that. I mean, it wasn't no coming out, man. My manhood was like a damn turtle, man. I was hiding. Oh, Nicholas Cherry says, I work remotely. There's a program, Tulsa Remote, pays people 10,000 grant to live in Tulsa for 1 year. Wow, for remote workers, no taxes on the grant. Wow, that's pretty good. Yeah, no, it was man, I would rather have a woman that smells like tuna or fish than whatever this woman. This was a sharp smell. It was bad. It smelled like she had that old chitlin pussy. Yeah, I guess that's what you call it. Because it was bad. Yeah, Richie Mack, Zoom to Thailand. Yeah, they were on there, but nobody ever said anything about Big Shirley. Okay, Mike is in Tampa, okay, Florida. Wherever he is, he's got that old green screen. And see, I kind of lost respect for them. I'm like, it's three brothers on here. Don't y'all know this guy trolls me? I mean, it's like, there's no way I would have, but I guess if he's okay with them, he don't have to be okay with me. But there's no way I would invite him to anything. He said, I voted for the Philippines. Yeah. But I'm just saying, they'll never bring up Big Shirley. Hey, Ronnie, Villanova says, I'm in Starbucks, Hawaii, and Cal was on live chat. I'm a happy camper. Alan says, I just hope that these guys looking for a great Filipino treat them with the respect they deserve. I've never met such caring women as the Filipinos. Absolutely. And this is what I try to tell them myself. Whatever you give a Filipino, she's going to give it back 50 times. So if you give her a hard time, you got that coming back 50 times. But if you give her, if you treat her, if you give her, meet those 4 basic needs I was talking about yesterday, you're going to get treated like a king. That's just been my experience. Sean James Shawnees, who is Big Shirley. All them big ass women over in America. That's who Big Shirley is. The average woman over there, what did we talk about? 5'4", 171 pounds with a 38-inch waist. That's Big Shirley. I got away from that. Kamal says, I've been there, Cal. It smelled like something died, and so did the move. I couldn't do nothing, man. I had to sit there and play it off. Luckily, I was drunk. Yeah, it was worse than that. Like I said, she had the old chitlin pussy, is what she had. Yeah, her pH was way off. Oh, they didn't know about Mike, huh? Yeah. See, yeah, I mean, he's got to the point he runs a troll channel. I mean, I don't even consider him a serious vlogger, man. There's no need for that, man. Why would you jump on another vlogger for? Just to come up with some content. I think that was just low down on him to do it. I would never, if you look, I've got over almost 1.2 thousand videos. I've never made one about him or another vlog. I won't do it. I won't make these old reaction videos. Guys, this is what's going on YouTube now. But I'm my own man. I don't follow the crowd. I mean, I was shocked. I saw Gio, he's doing reaction videos now, and I'm like, guys, it's not, this is for y'all know how to create content. Those are for people who don't know how to create content, but hey, they get the views, they getting the money, so I guess that's what it's all about. But I won't do it. And I'll say it. They say never say never. And I'll never make a reaction video. Hey, Habit 711, thanks for that super chat. He said, peace, brothers. I just don't think it shows no creativity. But man, they're popular though. I mean, there's just a black guy on TikTok. He gets millions. All he does is it's a kind of chubby looking black man. All he does is just pointing up at the people like, you hear what they're saying? You hear what they're saying? That's all he does. He gets like 1 million views. But you'll never see me doing that. The Beach of Life says, hit that like button. Consider subscribing if you haven't yet. And click the notification bell to get videos as soon as they come out. Thank you, Beach of Life. I appreciate that. Yeah, Hybrid 711, thanks for that super chat. He said, peace, brothers. He was on my panel. I'm going to bring you back on. I'd like to get that. If anybody follows Ed Travels, you know how to get in contact with him. Brother had a lot to say. He's over in Cambodia, living his best life. I'd like to bring him over here because I'd like to see what it's really like over in Cambodia. I know a lot of people go over there to teach English. You can get a good English teaching job over there. But I never really heard of what's life really like over there. He said, laugh my butt off. Man, this guy's funny. No, it's the truth. Did you really even know? I didn't know American women had gotten so big. Yeah, Tex Wade. Yeah, it was bad. You got that, every now and then you'll run into that elephant pussy where, it's like a whale and a damn tic tac. But then you got that chilling pussy, man. It's bad. Mike Dawsonville, not Tampa. Mike lives in Lakeland, Florida, wherever he is. He's not in the Philippines, and he's not in Thailand. He's got that damn green screen. Because he had a pretty good channel before it stopped growing because, people don't like that hate, man. When you're hating people and stuff like that. He said, you're on a roll. He said, Chitlins, Big Shirley. No, man, I'm going to tell you something. He said, if it smelled like onions and asparagus boiled in hot dog water. That's funny, man. You guys are crazy. No, it was bad, man. Just think of the worst thing that you could ever smell. And that's what it smelled like, man. And I'm serious, man. And I never saw the woman again, but I am a friend of hers on Facebook, and she got married. And I'm like, man. No, you're never going to see that. Okay, wait, guys. Let me pay attention. Now, go ahead. Because Marilyn's supposed to be here. I'll give you something to drink. Maybe she's coming. Because I like Geo, though. I'm not... like I said, I'll never knock any blogger because it's not easy, guys, what we do. It just looks easy. And, if you over here and you giving out, as long as you're not lying to people, which he's not lying, I got to give you a thumbs up. But when you get over here and you start lying and you're doing all that other stuff, okay, I'm going to give you an extra, Jennifer. Here you go. See, I get 300 pesos. That's 100 tip, but I get the best manicure, I promise you, and pedicure that you're going to get in the Philippines. She takes her time. She gets all the dead skin around there. That's why I don't get it done unless she does it. But that's one of the good things about living in the Philippines, man. You get good manicures, pedicures, massages. She said, Cal, I'm sorry, Ellen. I didn't mean to. Um, yeah, let's go, TJ. I promise you, I'll go with you there now. He said, let's go, Calvin. Siem Reap, Phnom Penh, Snooki could even head toward Polpat and turn it into a Thailand run. Let's do it. I'm all for it because another good thing about living over in Southeast Asia, you can use any of these cities as a base. That's what I'm saying. Why even compare them? Just go see them all. If I was single, man, I remember one time I was going to live 6 months in the Philippines, 6 months in America. That's before I even knew about Thailand. If I'm a single man, I'm doing 6 and 6. I might do 8 and 4, depending on which one I lean toward. Because if you're a young man, more than likely, you may like that modern stuff. You know, Thailand is modern. That's one thing it has. John Delmar said, beach of life is 1800 enough to really live well in the Philippines. It really is, but see, that's a hard question, guys. You always ask me that without giving any specifics. Is it 1800 net? Or is that your pension and then you're paying bills out of it? And it's really, your 1800 is really 1200. If it's 1800 net, of course you can. And are you single? Are you going to have a girlfriend? More than likely you are. Does she have kids? Okay. We don't know your situation. Are you going to live in Makati? Are you going to live in San Carlos City? See, we don't know. Even Dumaguete is a whole lot cheaper than Manila and Cebu. Hey, what's up, Sean James? Shawnee J, thanks for that super chat. Said, OG, my new favorite channel. Man, thanks, man. But yeah, I didn't, I would love to go around to some of these other places, man. TJ says, I didn't get to enjoy Phnom Penh for too long, but I dug it pretty hard the 2 nights I was there. Now, I'll tell you a channel I watch sometime. It's that guy, Ed. What is his name? Ed, you know, the white guy from, I think he's from, is he from Ireland or from Wales or somewhere? He comes over here like 4 months out of the year and then goes back. Nicholas Cherry said, any tips on getting a cheap airplane ticket to PH? Dana Middleton's on here. He's got all the info for that. You remember, it depends on what day you're leaving, how far in advance you buy the ticket, where you're flying from. Yeah. BGC is not going to go too far. It's just, the Beach of Life says, bringing a lump sum of cash here with no monthly income is the worst idea ever. Just my 2 pesos. Yeah, you're going to spend that up. Now, if you're 60 and you got 200,000, that's going to get you way beyond your Social Security. But a lot of guys, you know, they're 38, they're 40, 42, and they say, hey, I've got 150,000 or whatever it is. Well, you're going to spend at least 20,000 a year over here. Just say 2,000 a month. If you're a younger guy, that's 24,000 a year. It's not going to make it. You're not going to make it to 62 unless you kind of make that into some type of passive income. Like you're going to be drawing it out of an account where the principal is drawing some type of interest. Okay, Dave Holt says, how has your house turned out? Do you like it? I have. It's settled already. So like in here, I got just a hairline crack up there, but it's nothing. You know, it's just because it's all concrete. And but I'm more than satisfied. I mean, that's the first thing Corby said when he walked in. He said, "Man, your house is really nice." He said, "It looks better in person." I've only got 58 square meters, man, but it looks a whole lot bigger. It just does, man. You know, but when you think about it, when you go into them condominiums in Cebu, and there, if you see a condominium that's 58 square meters, now remember, all man is on one deck, you know, one deck, or one level. That's a nice. It's enough room, man. You know, and we've got 5 people live here. Imagine if I lived here by myself, or just me and Maryland. It would be more than enough. I mean, we got 2 legitimate bedrooms. I mean, my bedroom is just as big as my bedroom at home in America. It's not small bedrooms. See, a lot of times I don't want a bedroom just to say I've got 3 bedrooms. If it's not really a bedroom, I would rather make my bedroom, make that 2 bedrooms into 1. But you'll be surprised, man, how much your money can buy over here. I'd like for Sydney to come on here. He was telling me he bought a house, and you know, I let him talk about it. I won't talk about it, but he got a hell of a deal. And I was like, wow. C. White 12 says late to the comment, but Mike talks like a fancy boy. Well, yeah, I don't have anything against him. And I was shocked when he started coming after me. And I was like, what did I do to him? I don't remember. I can't remember what I ever did to him. But, you know, it's just for him. What's he talking about? Stephen M. I don't know what Stephen M's talking about. He says you don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about, Stephen M? Oh. Who's he saying? Okay, look. Well, I do that myself. Okay. He said, John Delmar said, thank you. I make a little over $3,600 a month, but I want to be able to save some. What should I expect to spend while bare living, not necessarily visiting? Out of that 3,600, hell, you should be able to save. If you're by yourself, let's just say you're going to be with a woman, man. You're not going to be here by yourself. Okay, and you spending $2,000 a month, so that means you got $1,600 every month to save. Okay, Sammy Davis, which is one of my longtime subscribers, he's a friend now. I consider him a friend. His cousin lives up in Angeles City. Believe it or not, he's been here since the Philippines opened. He doesn't even earn $1,000 a month, and guess what? He saved $10,000 already. You can do it, man. It just depends on what your lifestyle is. We could argue this all day long, but it's pointless because we're all different. We have different tastes in the whole 9 yards. You can't compare apples to peaches, man. And that's what we try to do. Some guy says, oh, you can't do it off 1,000. Well, this guy's doing it and he's saving money because he's up there. He's got a 2-bedroom apartment. I want to say it's 150. I think it's 7,500 pesos a month. And it's clean because Sammy sent me the other unit. He said, you know, put this on your community page, which I was going to do it. But then I said, if I put that number there, so many people are going to call this lady, you know, who really aren't interested for real. But yeah, he's saved in 1 year $10,000. And he's not being cheap. Yeah, John says you're right. I should mention I don't have kids and I'm not married. Yeah, but see, when you come over here, that's a given, guys. You're gonna have a woman, man. They're gonna find a way to finagle their way into your life. Trust me when I'm telling you this. If you're a man, a real man, and you haven't shut the door on intimacy and all of that, you're going to end up with some woman, and she's going to come around enough to where you might as well consider her living there, man. It's hard to turn these women down like that. I'm just saying, man, it is. I mean, because they will make themselves available, man. I got some stories I could tell, but I know Marilyn's gonna watch this. I don't want to get her all upset, but thanks, Marvin, for that super sticker. But I mean, women will force themselves on you, man. And you gotta say, hey, look, I'm already with somebody. Then they'll come back. Then you know what their next statement is? Well, I already know. She'll never find out. This is what they'll say. And then you'll say, nah, that's okay. But they'll keep going. He says, I'd say easiest shots to shoot local-wise in the Asian, where the Philippines, then Thailand, then Cambodia. Yeah, you're going to have a woman over here, man. That's just though it's anything but about it. If you want a woman. Thanks, Gary, for that super sticker. But if you don't want a woman, then you're not going to have one. But you're going to deal with something. Mr. G says, if I met a Filipino and moved to the Philippines, according to the laws, if we get a divorce, she can own 80% of the property and I'm entitled to 20%. Is this true? I'm not sure. That's a good question for a lawyer. He said, can I build a house and split it right at the 80%, 20% mark? Yeah, that's funny. You got to go into this smart, guys. We know what the laws are in our country, right? And some of us have been taken through the ring. I lost my house, man. I had to give it back to the bank with my divorce. So I knew I was going to own another house again, but I wasn't going to go all in. I had a limit of what I was going to spend. And when I found out that I could build a nice house over here for 1 million pesos, I said, why not? That's a win-win situation. I've already lived in it over a year. Let's see, now it's been 16 months. If you look at the house and say, well, how much would a house like this rent for? I would say 20,000. And you add that up, man, one more year or less, and I've already paid for this house in rent. So, just don't invest more than you're not willing to walk away from. I mean, some of these guys are building these now. You see that nice house you dirty puppy is building over there. Now, he's in it for the long run, though. And if you get it like that, why not? But I don't have it like that. And I told the engineer that, and that's why I respect him to this day. He's about as honest of a man as I met over here, because I told him, I said, look, it's what I can come up with. Of course, I didn't have 1 million pesos. I said, this is what I got. Don't go a peso over, man, because he had this extravagant. He had this tricked out. This house was, I ended up paying 1 million, but the house he had was 1.995 million pesos, almost 2 million pesos. I said, I can't afford it. See, under no circumstances can I afford that. Here's what I can afford. Take all this other stuff that you got off of here and show me what you got. And he went back and he did. And he came back with this 56, 58 square meter house. I said, I'll take it. I said, I'm going to document it. So if you're going to do it right, you're going to benefit. But if you don't, everybody's going to know. And to his credit, he did it right, man. And he's gotten 6 jobs so far. There's no telling how many offers he's gotten, because he doesn't work everywhere, but he has 6 jobs. The video I just did, you dirty puppy, it's directly from this house that he got. Rock Harmon, my buddy, he's a good friend of mine. He just wanted his privacy. He said, Calvin, now don't film my house. I'd rather them not know, for whatever reason. Maybe somebody in the States, whatever it was. his house directly from this. And his house is just as nice as the one that I just did the video on. So yeah. He said, Mark Macaroni said, dang, sorry about the guest house. What happened to the guest house? He said, got a progressive update on that lady that got dumped by her ex. Yeah, she's doing good, but, I'm not going to go into detail, but things are working out the way she wanted them to. The court ruled in her favor. So, if there's anything to get, she's going to be able to get it. Hey, Gleason Baker, what's up? He said, hell, Cal, someday I'll be there. Well, I know what your problem is. You're worried about that plane ride, right? But I've got a lot of subscribers over in North Carolina. They'll make that trip with you, Gleason. They'll get on that plane with you, man. All you got to do is say, hey, man, when are you going over? When the next time you going to the Philippines? It's a lot of guys on here right now from North Carolina, Gleason. And all you got to do is put your heads together and say, look, when you want to go over there? Oh, yeah, more, yeah. Well, sometimes, it's just people being people. And you don't really know them until they get here. And a lot of times they just being themselves. And yeah, but I guarantee you, when I go over somebody's house, first of all, I try not to do number 2 over anybody's house. Okay. That's what I try to do. Okay. Because I don't have a match to scratch, strike. I mean, I can't strike a match and all of that. And if I do have to do it, I'm going to look in that toilet. I'm going to make sure nothing's showing. Then I'm going to know I was in that bathroom. See? But sometimes when you come over in the Philippines, especially when you go out in the province, you don't know what's waiting for you in the CR. See, I went in there. I was in Davao. I don't know if it's Davao del Sur, Davao del Norte, but anyway, I was with the young lady. We didn't do anything. We really were just friends. But I went over her house. We ate dinner. Then all of a sudden, it must have been something I ate, I drank, man. I had to use it bad. So she says, yeah, I'm going to CR there. Well, I'm looking around. There's no toilet. It's just this hole in the ground, with porcelain around it. And I'm like, I didn't know what I was supposed to do. You're supposed to take your pants down and squat. But I didn't know. I took my pants down and laid down and put my butt over the hole. I honestly didn't know how to use this thing, man. And it was a disaster, really, because when I got up, the whole back of my pants was wet. And I didn't know it because I'm like, well, I'm sitting there for about 2 seconds because I got about 2 seconds of everything's coming out. Okay. I couldn't hold it. I don't know what it was. So I just laid on my back with my butt over the damn hole. I never seen anything like it before, but come to find out, I was supposed to have squatted hybrid. I didn't know though. See, I didn't know that, you're supposed to squat. I'm like, but damn, what am I supposed to do here? And that's what you're going to run into. Over here, you don't know what you're going to run into. So you just better be prepared. Yeah, I didn't know what to do, man. And I was like, I don't know if I drank some wrong water, something they cook with, but it was coming. I had to think real fast. Yeah, he said, did a plank. Yeah, it was funny, man, because when I think about it now, it makes me laugh because I'm thinking like, what was you thinking about? Surely you stupid, you should know, but I was panicking because I had to think quick. Kevin said, guys, please hit the like button. Yeah, thanks, man. I had to think quick, man. I just laid on my back, man, and that was it. But they had a nice looking house. Okay, Robert James says, what kind of house or apartment with 15,000 pesos get you where you live? Pretty nice. All you got to do is look. I've got 2 videos. When I moved into my house over in Margarita Village, it was 173 It was 8,500 pesos per month. That same house is 9,500 pesos a month. Okay. That's about 180, $185 a month, Robert. Remember the last one I did where Oliver was staying, it's 10,000 per month, fully furnished, one bedroom. You add one more thousand, that's 11,000. You get cable and Wi-Fi. So in San Carlos City, because the cost of living is low here, you're going to get a lot. No, I'm not giving Dubai a bad name. I was in the province. I mean, it was a far away. I was like an hour or maybe even further away. Because she met me in Dubai. I was staying at, it's a place called My Hotel. I'm thinking that's the name of it. It's right downtown, right around the corner from People's Park. Did you go to People's Park, Dana, when you were there? And she came and got me there. She said, yeah, if you want to go out to the province and meet my family and everything, which we did. It was like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours away. Yeah, Mitch. Y'all think I'm lying. Butcher says, can you still build a house for 25,000 now still? Yeah, absolutely you can. Absolutely you can. It just depends on how big of a house you want. Remember, my house is only 56. I think it's got 56 square meters on the floor plan. And you would think, being in America, you're like, man, that's small. But over in the Philippines, it's not small. That's really a nice size house, man. You don't need a whole lot over here. I'm a minimalist. You see the guest house, that guest house is 15 square meters. And when you see that, that's all it is. You go in there, there's a bed. It's got everything, though. It's got a bed. It's got a full bathroom, which I wish they'd have cut that bathroom in half and then gave me more room, but they just did it just how the floor plan was. And then it's got the countertop and like a little, I wouldn't call it a hallway, but yeah, where you can sit down and do everything. I mean, I paid 5,000 for that. You might as well say like just say 6,000 for that. Oh, here comes Merlin. Because I think, hold on. Ryan, he wants to rent that. Yeah. Okay, just knock on their door. Let me talk to him. Just knock on their door. Okay, you're going to, but I'm saying I'm going to tell him that you're going to clean it. Okay, well, just knock on their door real quick. Just knock on it. Hold on, everybody. I got to. Well, if he comes, hit this window. Knock on it again. Yeah, he must be in there asleep. Well, hold on. Did you knock again? Knock again. No, he didn't. He might be out. I don't know. Get Calvin pauses the live stream. Yeah, man, I'm going to keep it real. But yeah, guys, I got to get off here, man. I want to thank y'all for all your super chats, super stickers, your thumbs up. I got to get and show him. I got to get with Corey and show him where to get his clothes washed today. Because he's leaving in the morning just like me. I'll be in Cebu. If any of my subscribers, if y'all want to hook up and go out and get something to eat, I always got to go to Abaca at least one day to get that chicken and waffles. But I'm going to try another couple of places. I'm not going back to TGI Friday. It's too expensive. I'm not going to pay 850 pesos for a burger again. I'm not going to do it. That's the only thing about living in Dumaguete. I mean, not Dumaguete, in Manila and Cebu. You're going to run across that 800 peso burger Now you can go to Dumageddon, man. They got some good burgers. They ain't gonna cost you nowhere near that. People talk about Dumageddon, man, but I like Dumageddon. I mean, I really do. Robert Dane says I'm paying $435 US for a lot rent plus utilities another 200. Yeah. Well, hell, why don't you get your trailer shipped over here, Robert Dane? He said, please show us how you laid down on the toilet. It was funny, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I couldn't, and I ain't gonna lie. John Delmar says, give me about 3 months and I'll head over there with you, man. Come on over here, guys. You know, the guy said it early. He said, man, you missing out. He said, any of you guys that's on the fence, man, you missing out on a great opportunity. I would come now if I could, man. I wouldn't. It's already, the road has been cleared for y'all to come over now. So many guys come over, you know, long before me, but the road is clear, man. The man field has been swept. All you got to do is get your ticket and come on over. It's everything set up for you already. Where to eat and everything. He said the same thing happened to me in Ticos. That might be where I was. Because, you know, a lot of places in Asia, they have those toilets like that. But this is 2010. It's like one of the second or third trips I ever made to the Philippines. I'm straight out of the hood. I had never seen anything like that before. Shawnee J says, I heard the food inflation is very high. Onions cost $15. Yeah, they're going down now because I bought some onions the other day. Merlin put them in my tuna fish. But yeah, and the food has gone way up. Not the tuna fish, the peanut butter, jar of peanut butter that I used to buy. And I'm going to do a video on this, the stuff that's really, really high now. But when I start buying this tuna fish, the peanut butter, it was 135 pesos, guys. Okay, it's 204 pesos now. When I came to San Carlos City, a kilo of chicken wings was 165 pesos. It's 265 now. That's why you can go in the grocery store and nobody's in there. It's too expensive. I mean, eggs it's ridiculous. You know, okay, I drink honey with my tea, right? I went to the store the other day to get a 12-ounce thing of honey that I always get all the time. I buy it every single time I go in there. Man, it was 446 pesos. I said, nope. I'm going to wait till I go to Cebu and get me a couple. I mean, imagine a little 12-ounce of honey is about $9 over here, man. It's, but inflation doesn't affect everything. I got a whole guest house wired by one of the best electricians in all of San Carlos City for 10,000 pesos. He did it all. Put the little chandelier up there, excuse me, the colored lights, the outdoor lights. He ran all the wires, everything for 10,000 pesos. But yeah, thank y'all for your super chat, super stickers, your thumbs up, all y'all support, man. I'm going to be traveling in the morning. I've got a nice video coming out. It's going to be 8 things that can make or break your trip to the Philippines. It kind of goes in, it's kind of like an extension of this. It's just some stuff you're going to want to look forward to, pay attention to, because people are asking me, hey, can you make a video on what to bring the first time? So I said, no, that'd be too long. So I did 8 things that can make or break your trip over here. And it's stuff that we overlook. We're so excited to get here that we basically just get on a plane. And then when we get here, we're like, man, I didn't bring that. I didn't do this. I didn't know anything about this. Stuff is blindsiding you, man. And so I just wanted to kind of do a video about that. But that'll be, I'll upload that at 6 a.m. in the morning because I'm leaving on the 5 a.m. ferry. I'm going to get to Cebu early, beat all the crowds and stuff. And like I said, my next meet and greet is going to be in April in Cebu. It's going to be off the chain, man. I know it'll be. There's so many expats in Cebu, but they don't have meet and greets there. This is probably going to be the first meet and greet. If it's not, somebody let me know. But it's going to be off the chart, guys. So look for that. Take care, everybody. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. I'll see you next time.